Hi, this is Laura Lee Anderson in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the purpose of this video is to discuss some of the reactions that I've gotten from various friends and acquaintances when I told them that I was going on a weight loss diet. So, just to preface this, I am 5'3", I weigh 190 pounds, and I did acquire a book by Dr. Robert C. Atkins talking about the ketogenic diet. And this is, of course, the month of January, the traditional month when everybody wishes to lose weight. I, as well, had made a New Year's resolution to lose weight, and I was interested to lose it. And I'm at age 51 now, so I am approaching menopause. And, after my husband's death, I became depressed, and my weight did sneak up on me. And I was just finally at a turning point in my life where I had decided to do something about it. And, for me, this was a very meaningful personal decision. And the reason, or the primary reason, why I would want to lose weight is basically for the purposes of shopping for clothing. I'd noticed that, like, if you go online for a woman with, a 29-inch inseam, that would be in the petites, in the petite section, because I am sort of short. So, it's just very, very hard to find, the clothing that's wider. Like I also had, a fairly expanded bust line, and it was definitely difficult to fit, like, for example, like a button-down shirt over my bust line. And so it was just getting to the point where, I was at the low end of, almost on the verge of like going to Lane Bryant or, shopping heavy ladies. And I just wasn't prepared to take that kind of step. Like, I didn't want to get rid of items in my wardrobe. I didn't want to be into, like, 1X sizes. I didn't want to be anything larger than a woman's large. And why would a woman 5'3", have any reason to be anything more, like, logically it doesn't make sense. At 5'3", I'm like 167, or no, 160 centimeters. And so that's like 13 and a half stone. Um, and that's plenty heavy, you know. I just would not want to be heavier. I don't think I would be comfortable being heavier. And also, walking certain staircases and stuff, I tended to get winded. I also really became a Ronda Rousey fan. And of course, Ronda Rousey had her fight just this last December 30th right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I myself am a big fan. And Ronda Rousey, standing 5'7", weighed in for her big fight at 134 and a half pounds. And, if she's obviously, extremely strong, but it's definitely rubbing my nose in what other women weigh. And, I obviously would not want to be significantly heavier than that. But here are some of the responses. The first response is the denial-based coping response. You're not fat. Of course, my BMI is probably around 33 to 34, and that the body mass index, of course, is like, a ratio of adipose tissue to lean muscle tissue. I probably have, 74 pounds of lean muscle tissue. So, that does technically put me at the low end of obesity. So, it does seem ironic, basically, that people will literally just stand there and lie to your face. Um, Insults, you're turning anorexic. Obviously, these people, they don't know what anorexia is, or it's a word they've heard, and it's a $5 word. They're trying to sound smart by using it. Who knows what they're saying? Just popping off at the mouth. Um, Sabotage, of course, I did run into that. Um, you know, some gentleman took me out to um, the Caesars buffet, and before we'd gone, I told him that I was on this, ketogenic diet, and we chose the buffet because I would be able to select items compatible with my diet. But he actually went to the extra trouble of loading a plate of desserts and coming over to the table and swirling his hand around, the desserts. It's your birthday. January 11th was my birthday, so he's like, it's your birthday. Like, oh, you should go off the diet. Have some birthday cake. It's good. And then, of course, some people gave me a sales presentation to remain fat. Plenty of men like curves. Then, of course, there's the advancement of a libtarded social agenda. I don't believe in fat shaming. You should be who you are. Huh? And then there was obviously conversations that were redirected to an assessment of how I might fit into the value system of male sensibilities. People said, oh, well, but you carry it all in the chest. Huh? Men like that. And then criticizing, of course, my various methodologies. Oh, but you don't really need to diet. Just exercise. You need to eat to keep your metabolism up. I just think you should eat healthier. 1,200 calories is too little. You gotta eat, huh? So, yeah, I got that response too. And then I got some weird compliments too, like when I said I was trying to diet. I guess people thought like I'm fishing for compliments, but quite a few, expounded on how great I look. I don't know why, a woman 5'3", 190 pounds would look all that great. I don't know. I guess I just carry it in my chest. So who knows? Who knows why I look so great? Anyway, and then I got some from the nail technician. I got some racial bias from this little tiny Vietnamese man who, very sincerely and honestly thought it was completely normal for Caucasian women to have a big structure. And there's a lot of social implications for people trying to lose weight. No one said, I'm sure glad to hear you're doing something good for yourself. Keep up the good work. Nobody supported the diet. So I do think that, with all the sensitivity these days about fat shaming, it's almost like I said, it's become some kind of badge of honor. Like, if there was a woman who was just thin, then people would go, oh, well, she's naturally thin. And at some time, if a woman ever, managed somehow due to oversight or not caring about herself, if she managed to unfortunately gain weight, then at that time, it becomes her social obligation to remain fat. Because if she didn't want to remain fat, then she wouldn't be showing her loyalty to the social agenda of being a non fat shamer. And I think that's kind of ridiculous actually, but these days, like, I've noticed dieting is like almost something you have to do in secret. So that kind of prompted me to do this video. I'm going to post it on Facebook. The whole world is going to see it. But anyway, have a great day.